What's happening, Fight Week fan? Fight Week fan show. How are you doing? Look who we have here. It's Mo Terminator Zubair. How are you doing, brother?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, man, I'm good, man. I'm grand. It's
Good
it's
man,
been a
good.
minute. We've been talking about this, trying to schedule the interview together, but we're here today. And thank you for reaching out and doing this interview with us, man. We really appreciate it.
No problem. It's a pleasure. Thank you for having me as well.
Yeah, man. Big up, big up. Um, you GP UK flyweight champ, uh, BJJ practitioner on that on Breeze from the Renegade Jiu Jitsu gym, and you have a fight coming up on the 3rd on the GTFP promotion. That's the golden ticket fight promotion, I believe. Is that right?
Yeah, that's the one. That's the
Yeah.
one. That's the one.
Right. What's it like fighting for this interim title bout that you got coming up under this promotion? Let's get straight to the meat and potato of this interview, man. Let's talk about this fight that you got coming up.
Yeah, man. It's just another normal fight for me. Every time I fought on golden ticket, I've always fought for their title. So the first time I fought on 2 weeks notice for the flyweight belt, and then the next time I fought on there, I think it's like 3 weeks notice or something for the bantamweight title because you had to change an opponent. So now I get a full camp to fight for the interim bantamweight title again. So hopefully it's third time lucky, innit?
Yeah, hopefully so, and we're hoping that you get your hands raised in this particular bout, and so you can hopefully unify the interim with the proper bantamweight title, and take that away from the champ as well. You said recently you was out for a year and a half. What was the reason behind that? That's the one part of the question. And how much mental strength did it take to come back and deliver a performance that you delivered under the Cage Warrior Academy Southeast that you just recently fought in?
I was out for a year and a half due to injuries, and then when I did want to come back, we had guys turning me down, and I was struggling to get a fight. So that was the reason for the year and a half off. And I've always been mentally strong. I'm always in the gym. My mindset is always bulletproof. No one can tell me nothing really. Like always a bulletproof mindset. Always in the gym. Always just trying to be the best that I can. Best version of me.
Yeah, man. I mean, 100%. You do have to have that sort of mindset to even be in the profession that you're in. What was the decision to go pro when you did? Is it like a decision with your team? Is it just your decision to say, you know what, I'm gonna head in this direction now?
What do you mean?
Right. So I mean, no. What I'm trying to say is your decision to go with the promotions that you're with, because
the promotions.
Yeah. The I meant promotion when I said pro. My bad. The promotions that you're with, because you go from you GP UK and GTFP, obviously two different promotions there. Is it like a gym thing, or is it a decision where whoever's offering you the fight, that's what you go with?
I'm managed by a heavy duty fight management, so whatever big opportunities come up, they always get them for me. So I believe at amateur level, me as an amateur, I believe that I have had the best opportunities possible at amateur that you could have. I've fought on the top shows, and I've fought very high level guys across the UK. I haven't just fought on, like, say, one show for about 10 fights. I've moved about. I've had different experiences. I haven't fought in my hometown of Birmingham yet, but Wolverhampton is close, so I'd class
close
that
enough.
Close enough. So I fought there. I fought in enemy territory. I fought all over the UK. So yeah, it's just whatever opportunities come up that my manager. manager gets me.
And what's the feeling? Like you just said and alluded to there. Going to all these different places to fight, but some of them would have been the backyard of some of your opponents, right? Was it like going to their backyard and competing with, say, their crowd behind your opponent? What does that do to a fighter? Because people like myself, I ain't never been in a situation like you, man.
Yeah.
I'm just an armchair fan that that observe from a distance. You, man, are the real deal. You, man, are the people that go in there and have to put on that mental armor to go out there and compete in front of different people and different crowd. But when you're in enemy territory, like you said, what's that like? What's that feel like?
I love it. I do. Like, some people, I know some people don't like it, but I love it. I like going to another guy's backyard thinking, yeah, I'm gonna smash you up in front of your own family and friends and fans and whatnot. I took the fight on cages on 6 hours notice, and while I was punching the guy in the face on the floor, could you see most of the crowd shouting his name? So I was like, oh, he's a big ticket seller, and I've just unfortunately I ruined his weekend for him, but he's what it is.
Oh my God, that's good, man. That's good, because from what you're saying there, it gives you that extra little bit of motivation, extra little bit of willingness to really go and ruin his weekend, as you say. You have the nickname Terminator. Where did you get that from? Are you a big fan of the movies, the whole series of Terminator? Please tell us how you came by that name and how we got stuck to you the way he's been stuck.
So I ain't really a big fan of the movies, but what happened was I had a fight and had absolute 5-round war. It was when I fought Andy Yates on GTFP for the flyweight title. So I had absolute 5-round war. I was just coming forwards, taking shots, throwing shots back, and one of my coaches says, "Boy, you reminded me of the Terminator." So I was like, "Oh!" And ever since then, the nickname's just stuck.
It's just been stuck. Yeah, I mean, so a lot of nicknames do come from the gym and coaches, and maybe some of the things that you reminded him of, like you just said there. So a lot of that do happen. I wanted to speak to you about fighters, like, say, what we just witnessed in UFC 280. Fighters coming into fight, and we saw TJ Dillashaw coming into that fight already injured and not disclosing it. What's your take on that? Do you think it's disrespectful to the person is fighting, not bringing his 100% self, or do you have another take and say fighters fight injured all the time? Like, where do you sit in that regard? And sorry, and one more thing. And if you were in the position, say you're fighting an opponent, and he didn't bring his best version of himself to you, and you won that fight, would you feel like it took something away from that win from you? That's the second part of the question, please. Sorry to interrupt you.
So first, I think TJ is an absolute idiot for fighting like that, because don't forget the opponent. For you to go, you can't perform at your 100% like that with his shoulder. So for me, that was a complete stupid move. I understand he wanted to fight for the belt, and that in his head he believed that he could do it, but it was a stupid move. And but as a fighter, it's an ego thing. Like, I believe not everyone goes into a fight 100%. You'll have a little niggle here, a little niggle there. Well, I don't really go into fights 100%. But I go into fights about 95%, 96%, you know what I mean? So little minor injuries.
Yeah.
But for TJ, he's a fighter, so respect for him. He just wanted to fight. But really, I blame the coaches and his management, because as fighters, we've got egos, we just want to fight. I've been in that position before, and your coaches and your management, it's their job to advise you what is best for you. So I think really it was their fault for not telling him, like, look, your shoulder's fucked, like, go and get surgery, get this and that done, come back 100%. So I blame the coaches and the management. I don't think it was TJ's fault.
Do you think it's something that the medical team could have flagged as well, because I don't know the process of going through medical before getting in the cage, but do you think it's something that they could have flagged, or do you think he just lied to them and didn't tell them about what was going on?
Personally, I think he just didn't tell them.
Right.
So, yeah.
Right. Yeah, man. Because it just boggles the mind to see that somebody would go into it wasn't even just a fight. It's a title fight, and in my opinion, I'm thinking it took opportunities away from people that might have given maybe Sterling a better fight, and they're in a better physical condition than he was. And it's something that I think could have got himself right, give somebody else a chance, and then get back to the title once it feels right. Maybe someone like Chito Vera, could have made a run for the title. Anyway, that's by the by. I just wanted to get your take on that. And one more take I wanted to get from you before we move on is the scoring between the Yan fight and O'Malley fight. Number one, what did you make of the scoring, and who did you think won that fight? Based on
Yan won that 100%. Yan definitely won that. I don't know how O'Malley got that decision, because he rocked him once. Like I don't know where that decision come from. The official stats were Yan controlled the fight on the floor for a full 5 minutes.
Yep.
On the other hand, O'Malley had 2 seconds control on the floor. That's that. I think the stand-up was quite even. Yeah. O'Malley rocked him a few times, but Yan also rocked him back. So really, it was one-sided. I think Yan won that, but I don't know where the judges give it O'Malley.
I couldn't believe what I was watching. In my opinion, a lot of people say it's robbery. I was leaning towards robbery myself. When it happened after 29-28 at the very least, Yan. It looked like a 30-27 to me. But I said,
to me, it was like the same.
Yeah, I said, at the very least, 29-28, and then they read out the scorecard. I was like, what the hell's going on here? It's strange. What's your take on open scoring in for the judges? So we can at least see what they're scoring while the fight's going on. What's your take on open scoring?
What do you mean open scoring?
So like where when it's being televised, we can see what they're judging the fight on. Open scoring to the fans, to the public, so we can see what they're judging the fight on.
Okay, yeah, I think that would be it'd be a good idea, but I understand they want their privacy or whatever. So, but personally, I think that would be a good idea. But MMA fans like me, sometimes when there's big fights on, I like to score them myself as well.
Yeah,
like it's just like sitting there watching, like having my opinion. So and so won this round. Yep. So and so won that. You know what I mean? So
yep. The other question I wanted to ask you, right, is when you look across MMA, and this is not just UFC, this is other promotions as well. I'm sure you got fighters that probably inspired you into doing this sport yourself. Who's your favorite MMA fighter of all time? Maybe picking one is going to be difficult. Give us your top 3.
Ooh, but of all time, yeah.
Your favorite.
My favorite, Jose Aldo. Jose Aldo is a legend. I like Jose Aldo.
In my eyes, for the featherweight, in my eyes, 100%. I agree with you.
Jose Aldo, Hector Lombard, and also like Thiago Santos as well.
Yeah. Maretta. Now that makes sense. That that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. That makes sense.
I think he was actually the only person that beat Jones. People say
so
to me,
well.
"Oh, what about Dom Reyes?" But nah. Santos beat Jones, and they done him over there.
They don't.
And he beat him with one leg as well. Beat him with one leg.
Blew his
with
ACL, right?
winning that fight, and he still beat him. So I don't care what anyone says. Santos won that fight.
Yeah, man. I couldn't agree with you more, man. I agree with you 100%. Last thing from me. What's your take on internet boxing and YouTubers getting into the fight game and earning a bag? What's your take on this whole internet thing? And if a chance for you to box, say like one of these internet boxer guys, would you take that opportunity? Would you do it? Would you entertain it?
Yeah, go for it. Give me my money. I'll go for it as long as the bag's on the table. It's on the contract, and one of these YouTube guys can get it off me 100%. As long as the money's on the table, I'll go for that.
Yeah, man. I like it. You know, what I mean? You're all about securing the bag, right? It's all about securing the bag.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but I like it. I know we're nearly out of time, and thank you so much for your time. I know your time is valuable. You gotta go to the gym, go train, go prepare for your fight. But before we get you out of here, is there anybody that you want to thank? Your promotion, your sponsors, your gym, your coaches? The floor is yours, please. If you want to give thanks, anyone.
I want to shout out always Team Renegade. That's my castle. That's my base. That's my home. I want to shout out Gracie Barras, Sutton Coldfield as well, where I do my jiu-jitsu. I want to shout out Wheelie Castle Muay Thai. As always, HD Fight Management, Paul Reed, strength and conditioning, nutrition, everything. Like, without Paul Reed, I don't think I'd be able to take all these last-minute fights. Like, I owe everything to that guy. You know, he's like he treats me like I'm his family. Always there for me. Always has me in the best shape possible. I want to shout out my sponsors: Hard Life Fightwear, Pound for Pound MMA store. I've got a new Shilla Jack company that I've just jumped on board as well. So yeah, that's it. Also on the Fires Frederick as well, for always having my back. He's had my back since like 2016, man. So big up him as well, always.
Yeah, man. I mean, the future's bright for you. We love what you're doing, and you know it's good to have you back after that long layoff. And now you know you're putting some activity together, which is really, really good to see. And the more that we see, you get your hands raised, and we wish you luck in your next bout. Hopefully after that, you know, maybe we can bring you back on the show and talk about that bout there.
Definitely. Thank you for having me, brother. It's a pleasure.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. And then people, it's been Mo Terminator Zubair on the show. Thank you for joining us. And up onto the next video, people. Hasta la vista. Salute.
Hey guys, this is John Anik from the UFC. You're watching the Fight Week Show. Please subscribe. Not now, but right now. Subscribe to the Fight Week Show. We'll see you guys on the road soon.